In 2003, Farrell and Connie Chrystal bought the shearing business that Farrell's father had begun. Since that time, Connie and Farrell have continued to challenge themselves, expand the business and give back to their community with help from a business mentor.
When we took over from Dad, it was just a one-stand gang. It was me and my three brothers. We were working for Dad back then, and then when I took over, we sort of thought there was an opportunity to expand. But in doing that, it forced us to move into town. Because of the bigger we got, we needed more staff. So today we currently run 5 shearing gangs. So we employ roughly about 60 staff in the peak of our season. I met a friend that bought a farm up in Tuatera, Paul Harris. So through a few conversations and a few cups of teas, he started talking to me a lot about the business side of things, and I was inspired by that and thought, it really inspired me to want to grow. From there, we moved on and bought the local Tuatera store. And I found that place, it was quite a challenge, but Paul advised us that, maybe you might not make a lot of money, but it'll improve the people skills that you'll need in life, and which it has done that.
I moved from Paranui to Tuatera about 13, 14 years ago, and met up with, of course, Farrell and Connie as soon as I moved to Tuatera, and we've been close friends ever since. And of course that's just evolved to a mentoring role within their business. I bring a lot of experience to the table, and obviously that experience has helped build the business to where it's going today. I think firstly you're looking at your systems, you're looking at your processes and you're getting them in place. You're making sure you've got good people around you, you're making sure that the people that could detract from the situation are petitioned off where they can't detract from the situation you're in. Then once you've got the systems and the processes and things in place, then you move on to strategy, and the strong strategy for this business has been around growth.
So we've got Cricklewood coming up after Titiki as well. So what we might try and do is put 14 shearers in there. We've employed a manager to actually help out with the shearing industry. It can be quite full on, and you can't do everything yourself. So we put 6 shearers in there, we should be able to blow those out in 2 days. Okay. It has its ups and downs. I mean, if you can ride through the bad times, eventually you'll come out on top. It is a struggle. Our job is to produce the best outcome we can for our client, and when wool prices do drop, it does become real hard. I find a lot of farmers dropping out of sheep and upping their cattle numbers just through easier management. So I've been watching you over the last couple of weeks, and you've come along bloody leaps and bounds, and it's a lot of it. One thing I love doing is tutoring young ones. I mean, many a times that I've pulled young fellas off the street at the age of 14, 15, dropped out of school, and for me that's what I'm really passionate about, just seeing them succeed in life. Most of the stuff I have on now, I've either mentored them or brought them through. And for them, it's about knowing that they've got employment most of the year round. So when we do get quiet, when it's the downtime, which is usually August, we fire up with the docking crew and we just go repeat the process through all our big stations, which is handy. It puts bread and butter on the table.
This is Western Sports. We have our shearing office here, and this is where all the workers come to meet in the mornings, and where Farrell does all his organisation for the work ahead. When we purchased this shed, it was just an empty building. It started off with 2 young ladies. They came to us with a vision and asked us if we wanted to jump on board with what they had in mind. So we took the opportunity we're both from sporting backgrounds too, so we took the opportunity to jump on board, and the kaupapa behind it was actually really lovely with the sports centre here. We have lots of sport and activity in this place. Weekly, from Monday to Friday, we do indoor sport, dodgeball, 2-touch. We also run academies for the children and holiday programs. Candice and Sarah also go around to all the schools and offer programs. She does a Mums for Bubs class where she does a program for mothers-to-be. So we also bring our kohanga here, and all the kohanga around the community come here and have a little bit of a run around during the day. This is our place of giving back to the community. We're not just people of the community, we actually have got a close connection to them all and to our staff and to everyone that comes in the door. We try to use this building to help our shearers as well and our staff for team building. Some of them come here and play netball, which is quite nice to see them play with their partners and their families, which is good for us to see because it becomes team building. Farrell and I take care of the business side of this place, I guess you could say, and look after the building. Our two partners take care of the organisation of the sports, and Farrell and I offer our assistance and help whenever we feel it's needed.
Mentoring's evolved, and I think it used to be the old director role, I guess, but with today's world, the mentoring and the personal approach is far more important, and it's far more compliance safe, so it doesn't bring on the liabilities you get with a director. So I think, yes, everyone needs to reach out, everyone needs knowledge. There's a lot of knowledge out there that people want to share, and we're lucky in an industry where knowledge is shared. I think in the dairy industry it's shared a lot better than the sheep and beef, but I think knowledge is there, you must reach out for it. To provide for community and family is something that certainly motivates me in this situation, watching them provide for community and family, and I think you have to have a profitable business to do that. So I think it's a triple bottom line, you would call it, and it's a healthy, modern approach going forward. The gains within the business are shared, and it's typical of Māori ag business, if you like, but the gains are shared. They're far more robust about it than a lot of cultures are.
This program was made with funding from New Zealand On Air.